Students, we are now in part 4 session. In this session, I am going to start the next exercise, which is exercise number 7.4 in chapter 7, mensuration. Students, this is the last exercise in the chapter 7, mensuration. Before going to this exercise, we will recall from the first. What we have learned in exercise 7.1, we have learnt about surface area. Isn't it? In that exercise 7.1, we have learnt only about one shape in one question. That too, we have learnt about the curved surface area or total surface area of the sphere, cylinder, hemisphere, cone, frustum. Everything we have learnt in the exercise 7.1. Isn't it? Then, when we come to exercise 7.2, what we have learnt? We have learnt about volume. Do you remember? We have learnt about volume. Volume means what I told? Volume means amount of space occupied by an object. Okay? The volume is measured in what units I told you? It is measured in cubic units. Clear, students? Previously in part 3 session, we have learnt about what? Volume and surface area of a combined solid. Okay, in one question itself, they will be talking about two shape, that the two shape will be joined together. Okay, like they will say capsule or they will say as a model of rocket. So they will, in one question itself, they will be having two shape. So we have to apply two formula in there. Isn't it? Now, in part 4 session, we are going to learn about conversion of solids from one shape to another with no change in volume. Okay, students, they will be giving one figure. With that figure, we will be converting into another figure. It may be you can melt or you can mold it into another shape. Like that we will be doing. But the volume will not be changed. Okay, based on that point only we are going to learn in the exercise 7.4. Clear? Once again tell me what we are going to learn in the exercise 7.4. Conversion of solids from one shape to another shape with no change in volume we are going to learn. Clear, students? And I told you in part 3 session at the last I told you have to be thorough in the formulas. Isn't it? I ask you to go through and revise all the formulas and I ask you to listen the video. Students, only then you can understand what I am speaking. Okay? Otherwise nothing you cannot understand. Even a single problem without learning the formula you cannot do in the chapter 7 mensuration. Clear? Yes. Now in exercise 7.4 we will see the first question. See the question I have written here. An aluminum sphere of radius 12 centimeter. Now this is the sphere. The radius of the sphere is 12 centimeter. It is melted to make a cylinder of radius 8 centimeter. Students, first they are having the sphere, its radius is 12 centimeter. We are melting it and we are making into the another shape which is of cylinder. The cylinder radius we are making is 8 centimeter. Okay, we have to find the height of the cylinder. Can you able to understand the question? Yes. Here we are talking about two shape and the first shape is sphere and the second shape is cylinder. Okay, we all know for sphere only we need radius part, isn't it? For cylinder we need radius and as well as the height. Now, I am going to first find volume of a cylinder is equal to volume of a sphere. Students, can you tell me why I am writing volume of a cylinder is equal to volume of a sphere? Because what volume I am using for the sphere, the same with that only I am melting, with that volume I am making the cylinder. So both the volume are same only, but the shape alone I am changing. Clear? So, volume of a cylinder is equal to volume of a sphere. Volume of a cylinder formula is what? Pi r square h. Volume of a sphere formula is what? 4 by 3 pi r cube. Clear? Now, for cylinder, we know the radius is what? 8. Isn't it? Since we are having r square, I have written 8 into 8. Okay. Then here we are having one pi. Isn't it? This pi and this pi I am cancelling. So, I have not written the pi here. Can you able to understand? Yes. Height of the cylinder I don't know. So, I am keeping height as such. 4 by 3. Volume, radius of the sphere is what? 12. So, 12 into 12 into 12. The next step, I am keeping the height around this side. I am bringing the 8 into 8 to the denominator part. Clear? So, 4 into 12 into 12 into 12 divided by 3 into 8 into 8. Clear? See, I have done the calculation. After calculating, I have got in denominator everywhere 1. In numerator, I have got 3 into 12. So, 3 into 12 is what? 36. So, height of the cylinder is what? 36 centimeter. Clear, students? You have to write the last line. Therefore, the height of the cylinder is 36 centimeter. All of you clear in first question? Students, all of you take your book. Take your book, page number exercise 7.4. In the second question, you see it in your book. I have not written the question. Hereafter the question you have to see in your book only. Clear? As how we did for exercise 7.3, the same type we are going to do for 7.4 also. You are going to listen the question in your book. Clear, students? Yes, I am going to start reading the question. Water is flowing at the rate of 15 km per hour. Okay, water is flowing from the pipe, it is flowing 15 km per hour through a pipe of diameter 14 centimeter. Okay, for diameter 14 centimeter means this hole is 14 centimeter. Okay, students, based on the hole only we can say whether water will come fast or water will come slow. Isn't it? If you see, you will be having somewhere tap very small pipe. That time the water will come very slowly. If you see some places you will be having this tap, this open will be big. By the time the water will come very fast, isn't it? And it will fill the tank also fast. So according this is the very important. They are given this diameter is 14 centimeter. Okay, what they were saying up to this means water is flowing from the pipe at a rate of 15 km per hour. The diameter of the pipe is 14 centimeter they were saying. Okay, where the water is flowing means, now we will see again the question, a rectangular tank. The water is flowing where? Rectangular tank, which is 50 meter long. They are saying rectangular tank only. But why I have drawn here cuboid means you have to, the tank will be in what? It will not be in rectangle, it will be in a cuboid shape only, isn't it? The 3D shape of rectangle is what? In lower class you have learned, no? 3D shape of rectangle is cuboid. 3D shape of square is what? Cube. We have learned in lower class, no? So the tank will be in the cube. Okay, now cube means obviously we have to get 3 measurement, isn't it? Length, breadth and height. Now we see the question. A rectangular tank which is 50 meter long. Length they have given 15 meter long. Wide is nothing but breadth. Okay, the breadth is 44 meter wide. Wide is nothing but what here? Breadth. Find the time in which the level of water in the tank will rise by 21 centimeter. Students, can you able to understand the question? They were asking that how much time the water will rise in the tank to the level of 21 centimeter. How much time it will take? Okay, we have to find in the second question is time. Clear, students? Here they are talking about two shape. One is pipe. Pipe is what shape? Cylinder. So, volume of the cylinder is equal to volume of the cuboid. Here we are going to use. Clear, students, all of you? Now, separately they have given the measurements for each shape. First I have written that. Now I will explain the solution. Listen it. The cuboid length they have given us 15 meter. Cuboid wide is nothing but breadth. They have given 44 meter. And height they have given us what? The water will be raised by 21 centimeter they have given. Okay, so water will raise by 21 centimeter means that is the height of the cuboid we have to take. Here they have not given directly in the question the height of the cuboid, but they have said the water in the tank will raise by 21 centimeter. So that is the height of the tank. So height is equal to 21 centimeter they have given. But previously the two measurements are in meter. So here also we have to convert into meter. Okay, when we are converting centimeter into meter, we have to divide by what? 100. Isn't it? So 21 by 100 meter. Clear students, all of you? For cuboid we need three measurements. What are they? Length, breadth, height. We got now. And in the question they were saying the water is flowing at the rate of how much? 15 kilometer per hour. So which means the speed, how much it takes, speed of the water, how it flowing? It is taking 15 kilometer per hour. Now if you notice here also we are having kilometer. You have to convert this into what? Meter. So kilometer is big, isn't it? When compared to meter, which is big, kilometer. So when you are converting big to small, you have to multiply. Clear? Now if you notice here, the centimeter is small when compared to meter, isn't it? So when you are going to convert centimeter to meter means we have to divide, which means small to big if you are going, the measurements you have to divide. If you see here, I am converting kilometer into meter. Kilometer is big, meter is small. So by that time I am multiplying. Okay, how much I am multiplying means into 1000 I am multiplying. See here kilometer, but I have written here meter. I am multiplying 15 into 1000. I am getting 15,000. Here 15,000 meter per hour. Okay, these are the concepts they are talking in the cuboid. Clear? Now we will come to the pipe. Pipe means cylinder. They have given the diameter of the pipe is 14 centimeter. Whenever they are talking about diameter, we have to convert that into radius. Because in no formula we are having the diameter, only we are having the radius. Isn't it? So first we have to convert that. Radius equal to diameter by 2. So when I am dividing 14 by 2. Students, 14 by 2 answer is what? 7 centimeter. Again if you see they are given in centimeter. Centimeter is big. So big or small? Centimeter is small when compared to meter. So I am dividing there. Okay, 1 meter is equal to how much centimeter? 100 centimeter, isn't it? So I am dividing by 100. Clear students? Then if you see in the question they were saying only the diameter of the pipe they have given. Isn't it? In the question they have given only the diameter of the pipe. Pipe means I told you cylinder. In the volume of the cylinder formula we are having, we need radius and as well as the height. Isn't it? But in the question they have talked about only diameter, from that we have found radius, isn't it? But we have not talked about height. See, what I am going to do is instead of that they have given the speed, isn't it? Now this is the height. If you make this pipe to stand like this, then we will say this is the height. So this is the distance also of the pipe. Clear students what I am saying? That what is the height? That is the distance. See here, what is the distance? That is the height also here. So I am going to apply here distance formula. See here, distance equal to height. What is the distance? That is the height of the pipe also. They have given the speed. So we are using here distance formula. We all know distance formula is speed into time, we know, isn't it? Speed first, what we have written there, 15,000 meter per hour we have written, isn't it? So height h is equal to, speed is 15,000 into time. This time we don't know, isn't it? That only they were asking the question to find, isn't it? Now if you see for the cylinder, we have got radius and we have got the height also. Then it is easy to substitute in the formula. Here students, how we are taking the height? Yes, now we are talking about two shape. One is volume of cuboid and another one is volume of cylinder. So I have written here volume of cuboid is equal to volume of cylinder. Volume of cuboid formula is what? Length into breadth into height is equal to volume of cylinder formula is what? Pi r square h. Length is what here? 50. Breadth is what here? 44. Height is 21 by 100 is equal to pi is what? 22 by 7 into radius is what? Radius of the cylinder is what? 7 by 100. R square we are having. So 7 by 100 into 7 by 100 into height is what? 15,000 into time. Here students, that side 100 and this side 100 I am cancelling. 7 also I am cancelling. Okay. Then I am cancelling this 20 in the numerator 20 I am cancelling. I am going to keep the time alone this side. Remaining everything I am going to divide now. Okay. Then see afterwards I have done the calculation there. What is the calculation means? I have cancelled 50 is there. No, 50 and 150 I have cancelled. Then afterwards I have got 3 there. Then 3 and 21 I have cancelled. Then 22 and 44 both will go in same table, so I have cancelled. After cancelling everything, I have got in denominator everywhere 1. In the numerator I have got left is what? Only 2. So it takes what? What is the time it takes? We have got in the numerator is 2. So the time is 2 hours. Clear students all of you? You write the last line. Therefore, the required time is 2 hours. Okay? Clear students all of you? Or otherwise you can write water in the tank will raise by 21 centimeter by 2 hours also you can write. Clear? Next third question we'll see now. Students, see the question in your book. I am going to read the question now. A conical flask is full of water. Okay, what they were saying? Conical flask is full of water. See, I have drawn here conical flask. It is full of water, isn't it? The flask has base, radius, r units. Okay, the flask, the conical flask, base, radius, they have given r units, and height is h units. The water is, this water, the conical flask inside the water is poured into a cylindrical flask. This water I am pouring into the cylindrical flask of base radius xr. Okay, the cylindrical flask base radius is, they are given as xr. Here, find the height of the cylinder in the cylindrical flask. We have to find the height of the cylinder. Clear students all of the question? Clear? We are taking conical flask, if it is full of water, that water we are transferring into the cylindrical flask. We have to find the height of the cylindrical flask. Clear? Now we are talking about two shape. One is cone and another one is cylinder. See students, conical flask. In the question they are given radius r is r units they have given. Height h is h units they have given. Okay, they have not given any values like 4, 12 they have not given. They are saying r units and h units. When you come to cylindrical flask, they have given the radius is xr units. They have not given their height. Students, I have taken here height is capital H. Y means here also I am having H, small height for cone. So similarly, if I write the same small height for cylinder, then you will think that both the height will be same, isn't it? So to make it differentiate, I have taken this small h, that I have taken as capital H. Clear? Now, what we have to do? Volume of water in cylinder is equal to volume of water in cone. Okay, the what volume I am having in the cone, that the same amount of water I am transferring it in cylindrical flask, isn't it? So both the volumes are equal. So volume of the cylinder formula is what? Pi r square h is equal to volume of the cone is what? 1 by 3 pi r square h. I am cancelling pi. Okay, then what is the cylinder radius we are having? XR into XR. What is the height we are having? We don't know. The cylinder height we don't know. So I am keeping here as capital H. That capital H only we have to find. Isn't it? Equal to 1 by 3 into radius of the cone is small r itself. So r into r, height of the conical flask is h itself. So h. Here, the next step what I am going to do means I am keeping this h alone this side. I am taking this 2 to the denominator part. If you see in that next side, I have written like that. So, numerator r into h divided by 3 into xr. Clear? So afterwards numerator also I am having r, denominator also I am having r. So I cancel that r, isn't it? See students, I have cancelled, and what is left in the numerator? Small h divided by 3 into x. So which is what? 3x square. Clear? Therefore, the height of water in the cylindrical flask is h divided by 3x square is the answer. Clear students, all of you, the third question? We are now in fourth question. Now see the fourth question in your book. A solid right circular cone. Okay, cone they are talking of diameter 14 centimeter and height they are given as 8 centimeter. Okay, this cone we are melting now. Okay, is melted to form a hollow sphere. Okay, students, I told you before itself, hollow sphere means you will be having two radius, isn't it? Yes, one is capital R and another one is small r, I have told you, isn't it? See the question now. If the external diameter of the sphere is 10 centimeter. Students, in the question they are talking about what? Diameter. Okay, external diameter means capital D, outside. Okay, capital D they are given as 10 centimeter. Find the internal diameter. Okay, small d we have to find. Here students, all of you the question. We'll go for the solution. They are talking about two shapes. One is cone and the another one is hollow sphere. Okay. Now for the cone, they are given the diameter is 14 centimeter. I told you many times, whenever they are talking about diameter, you convert into radius. Because in all the formulas, we are talking about only radius. So radius r equal to d by 2. 14 by 2 means small r is equal to 7 centimeter. So the radius of the cone is 7 centimeter, and in the question itself they have given height of the cone is 8 centimeter. Here, when we compare to hollow sphere, they are given external diameter, which is capital D value they have given in the question 10 centimeter. Clear? From that I am converting into radius. External radius, which is capital R, is equal to capital D by 2. So 10 by 2 is 5 centimeter. Here the internal radius small r we don't know. So that is the question mark. Clear? So what I am doing? I am taking the cone, I am melting the cone, I am making into what? Hollow sphere. Okay, so what volume I am using for the cone? The same volume I am going to use for the hollow sphere also. Isn't it? So volume of your hollow sphere is equal to volume of your cone. Clear students? Volume of your hollow sphere formula is 4 by 3 pi capital R cube minus small r cube. Clear? Similarly, volume of the cone formula is what? 1 by 3 pi r square h. Clear? In both the side we are having what? Pi. So I am cancelling the pi. In both left hand side and right hand side I am having 3 in the denominator. So I am cancelling that also. Here, then what is left here? 4 capital R cube minus small r cube. Isn't it? See that side 4. Capital R value is what? 5. So I am writing instead of this R 5 cube minus small internal radius for hollow sphere. Do you know? We don't know. So keep that R cube itself. Clear? Is equal to R square into H is there. R square means radius of the cone is 7. So 7 into 7 into height. Height is 8 centimeter. Clear? So 7 into 7 into height. See, I have written 4 into 5 cube minus R cube is equal to 7 into 7 into 8. Clear, students? Now that 4 I am dividing because it is in multiplication. No, that 4 I am dividing here. So remaining is what? 5 cube means what? 125 minus R cube is equal to 7 into 7 into 8. That 4 I am dividing. Now I am 4 and 8 I am cancelling. 4 1 times, 8 2 times. Now 7 sevens are 49. 49 into 2 if you see I am multiplying, I am getting 98. Clear? So 125 minus R cube equal to 98. So what I am going to do means I am taking the minus R cube to this side and I am taking the 98 to left hand side. So 98 if go that side it will become minus 98 and minus R cube if come this side it will become plus R cube. Clear, students? Now 125 minus 98 if I subtract I am getting 27 equal to R cube. Students, in the right hand side you are having R cube. Similarly, this 27 you have to think whether it is a cube number. Okay, so yes, it is a cube number. Most probably if you are having this side R cube means that left hand side most of the time you will get in the cube term only. So according to that you have to think. Clear? So 27, what is the cube? 3 cube is 27. So I am writing instead of 27, 3 cube equal to R cube. Okay, here also the power is cube, there also the power is cube. So I cancel. Clear? So we can cancel that 3. So what is left in the base? R equal to 3. Which means what? The radius. Small r means what? The internal radius. The internal radius of the hollow sphere is 3 centimeter. Clear, students, all of you? But in the question they are not asking the internal radius. What they were asking? Internal diameter only they were asking. So internal diameter D is equal to the diameter. How will you find? Twice the radius is the diameter, isn't it? So 2 into R is equal to 2 into radius is what we have got? 3. So 2 3s are 6. Therefore you write the last line. The internal diameter of the hollow sphere is equal to 6 centimeter. Clear, all of you, the fourth question? Students, now see the fifth question in your book. It is very interesting question. See the question in your book. It is very big question also. Sinu's house has an overhead tank. Okay, overhead tank means I think you all know. Okay, in the top of the house we will be having the tank. No, that is the tank. This is filled by pumping water from a sump. Okay, how we are filling that tank means by the sump. Sump means we will be having in the underground tank. Okay, that we will be saying it as underground tank, which is in the shape of a cuboid. Okay, underground tank is in the shape of the cuboid. The overhead tank, it is in the shape of the cylinder. Here the sump has dimension. For the cuboid they are given the dimension is 2 meter, 1.5 meter and 1 meter, which is length they have given, breadth they have given, and also they have given the height in the question. The overhead tank means the cylinder. The overhead tank has its radius of 60 centimeter. Okay, now the cylinder radius they have given as what? 60 centimeter and height 105 centimeter. And height what they have given? 105 centimeter. Find the volume of the water left in the sump after the overhead tank has been completely filled with water from the sump which has been full initially. Clear students? Now the sump is full. Okay. Now this water we are going to transfer into the where overhead tank, that is which is in the shape of a cylinder. They were asking how much find the volume of the water left in the sump. After filling the water in the cylinder, some water will be left in the sump, isn't it? That how much water is there we have to find. Clear students, all of you? Now see in the question, what are the values they are given? They have given length of the sump, breadth of the sump, and as well as the height of the sump also they are given. Similarly for cylinder they are given the radius and height. What we have to find in this? After transferring water from sump to cylinder, which means cuboid from cylinder, some amount of water will be there in cuboid. Isn't it? Some water will be left after that. So how much volume will be left after filling the water, that we have to find. So for that what we have to do means volume of water left in the sump is equal to volume of the sump minus volume of the tank. Okay, only then we can find remaining water. Isn't it? Only if we subtract, we come to know how much water is left in the sump. Isn't it, student? Okay, if you are, for example, you can take, if you are giving some chocolate to someone, then how much chocolate you have again, how will you find? By subtracting. Okay, so like that the same concept only. Volume of water left out in the sump is equal to volume of the sump minus volume of the tank. We have to subtract. Here both the volume we have to subtract. Clear? But you should not do mistake here. Most of the students what they will do mistake means they will write volume of the tank first and they will write volume of the cuboid second. That is very wrong, because from how much water we are having full, now we are having the full of water in the sump. From that only we are transferring. Okay, so now that is the big. So usually when we are subtracting, we will be writing the bigger value minus smaller value. Isn't it? So here the bigger value is the sump minus the tank, which is of cylinder. Clear? Volume of the cuboid formula we know, length into breadth into height. Isn't it? Minus volume of the tank. Tank means what? Here is cylinder. So volume of the cylinder is what? Pi r square h. Now we know all the values for everything. We have to just substitute. Isn't it? Before that, if you see the length, breadth and height, they are given in the meter, that we are converting into centimeter, because for cylinder both the value they are given in centimeter, no? So we are converting this into centimeter. Okay? What? 1 meter equal to how many centimeter? 100. So I am multiplying into 100. Everywhere I am multiplying into 100. Length, breadth, height. After multiplying 100, we have got this value. That value only we are going to substitute there. Clear? So now length is 200, breadth is 150, height is 100. So 200 into 150 into 100, if we multiply, I am getting this answer. Clear, students, all of you? Similarly, what is this volume of this tank? Formula pi is 22 by 7, radius is what? 60, r square means, so r in 60 into 60 into height is 105. Clear? So after cancelling, I have got this as the answer. Then we have to subtract, isn't it? After subtracting, this is the volume of the water which is left out in the sump. Clear, students, all of you, the fifth question? See the sixth question in your book. The internal and external diameter of a hollow hemispherical shell are 6 cm and 10 cm respectively. Students, I told you before itself, internal, external if they are given, external part we have to notate it in the capital letter and the internal part we have to denote in the small letter, small letter I told you, isn't it? Now, and also here they are saying about the diameter of the hollow hemisphere they have given. Clear? Okay, they have given the internal diameter as 6 centimeter and the external diameter as 10 centimeter. Okay, I told you many times, whenever they are giving diameter, first thing what you have to do, you have to convert that into radius, isn't it? Okay, now see the remaining question. If it is melted and recast into a solid cylinder of diameter 14 centimeter. Okay, this hollow hemisphere we are melting and we are making into a solid cylinder. Okay, this hemisphere, hollow hemisphere we are melting and we are making into cylinder. By the time the diameter of the cylinder is, they are given 14 centimeter. Okay, now see the question. Then find the height of the cylinder. In the question they were asking, find the height of the cylinder. Can you able to understand the question? Okay, students, for hollow hemisphere they are given all the measurement. They have given internal diameter and as well as external diameter. For cylinder they are given only diameter. They have not given height. That only we have to find in this question. Clear all of you the question now? Now we'll move for the solution. See, now I have drawn here hollow hemisphere and that side I have drawn cylinder. What are the given values? Internal diameter means small d I am doing. Okay, is equal to, they are given in the question is 6 centimeter. Clear? So from that I am converting into internal radius. So diameter by 2 is the dividing the diameter by 2, that is the radius. So r equal to d by 2 is equal to diameter is what? 6 by 2 is what? 3 centimeter. So now the internal radius r equal to what? 3 centimeter. Next, external diameter capital D is equal to, we have taken small d, small letter, now we have to denote into capital D is equal to 10 centimeter. Okay, external means that is the big, so we are denoting into capital D. External radius means if here capital D, then here also capital R, radius. So D by 2 equal to 10 by 2, capital R equal to 5 centimeter. Okay, now we have got what is small r and as well as capital R, which is internal radius is 3 centimeter, external radius is 5 centimeter. Clear? Now for cylinder they have given diameter 14 centimeter, that we have to convert into radius. So radius r equal to d by 2 is equal to 14 by 2, radius is 7 centimeter. Okay, height we have to find. Now how much volume I am taking using for the hollow hemisphere, the same volume only I am going to make the cylinder, isn't it? So volume of cylinder is equal to volume of hollow hemisphere. Okay, now volume of cylinder formula is what? Pi r square h. Volume of cylinder formula is what? Pi r square h equal to 2 by 3. Volume of hollow hemisphere formula is 2 by 3 pi capital R cube minus small r cube. Clear? I am cancelling the pi. Then r square h, that side 2 by 3 capital R cube minus small r cube is there. Isn't it? Now I am going to substitute the value. For cylinder, what is the radius? 7. So 7 into 7 into h. I have written there equal to 2 by 3 into capital R is 5. So 5 cube minus small r is 3. So 3 cube. Clear all of you? Now tell me what is 5 cube? 125. 3 cube is 27. So that side I am writing as 7 into 7 into h equal to 2 by 3. 5 cube is 125. 3 cube is 27. Okay, the reference side again I am writing the same. 2 by 3 into 125 minus 27. If I subtract, I am getting 98. Okay, then what I am going to do is I am going to bring that 7 into 7 to the denominator part. Okay, so 2 into 98 divided by 3. Already denominator we are having 3. So 3 into that 7 into 7. Clear? First I am cancelling 7 and 98. I am getting answer as 14. Clear students? Again this second 7, this one time and 14 is 2 times. So after cancelling, what is left in the numerator? 2 into 2. So 2 2s are 4. In denominator what we are having? 3 alone. So 3. So height is 4 by 3. When I am dividing 4 by 3, I am getting 1.333. It is going on. Okay. So after decimal it is 2 number is enough. So height is equal to 1.33 centimeter. Clear? Therefore, the height of the cylinder is 1.33 centimeter. Clear students, all of you, the sixth question? Students, how we did the previous problem, sixth question, the same model you are going to do the seventh question as homework. Okay, more or less it will be same only. So try by yourself the seventh question. Okay, that is the homework for part 4 session. Which problem you are going to do? In exercise 7.4, the seventh problem you are going to do as homework. Now we'll see the 8th question. All of you see the question in your book. I am going to read the question. So listen it carefully. A hemispherical bowl is filled to the brim with juice. Okay, first what they were saying is a hemispherical bowl is filled with the juice. See, I have drawn here a hemispherical bowl. I have here inside the juice is there. Okay, the juice is poured into a cylindrical vessel. This juice we are pouring into where? In cylindrical vessel, whose radius is 50% more than its height. Okay, the radius they are saying about 50% more than its height. So, now if you see the cylinder only they are talking. So, the radius of the cylinder how it will be means 50% of the height they were saying. Okay, if the diameter is same for both the bowl and the cylinder. Okay, what is saying? Diameter is same for both the bowl and as well as for the cylinder they were saying. Okay, when the diameter is same, then obviously the radius is also same. So the radius of what? The radius of cylinder you are getting, that is the radius for bowl also. Clear? Now, listen the question. If the diameter is same for both the bowl and cylinder, then find the percentage of juice that can be transferred from the bowl into a cylindrical vessel. Okay, after if the diameter is same, then how much percentage we can transfer the juice from bowl to cylinder? That only they were asking in the question. Okay, whether the full juice we can pour out, whether half juice we can pour out, like that we have to find. Clear? Clear students, all of you? Whether full juice means 100% full juice we can pour, or else half means like 50%, like that we have to find. The percentage we have to find. Clear students, all of you? Here we are talking about bowl. Bowl in the shape of hemisphere that we are transferring into cylinder. First we will see about the given values for cylinder. Clear? Now we will go for the solution. Height h is equal to height only. That we have not talked about height. Radius, how they were saying means height 50% of the height they were saying. So height plus 50% of height. Okay, so h plus 50 by 100. So 50 by 100 if we cancel, what we will get? 0, 0 cancel. 5 1 times 10 is 2 times. So here no denominator, so I have written h by 1 plus h by 2. Clear? So I am doing there the next step, cross multiplication. 2 into h, I will draw and show you. See, now h by, see I have cancelled, I have got 1 by 2, so h by 2, here h by 1, I am doing the cross multiply. H into 2 is 2h, 1 into h is h, divided by 1 2s are 2. So 2h plus h is what? 3h by 2. Students, in the question they were saying what? The same diameter for cylinder as well as for hemisphere. If the diameter is same, then the radius is also same. So what radius we are getting for the cylinder, that is the radius for hemisphere also. See, so only I have written the line. From this derivation, I have got the radius for hemisphere. When you are writing a classwork, you also draw like this line. Okay, but you no need to draw in your exam. Okay. For your understanding, we are drawing this line. So, the radius of the hemisphere is what? 3h by 2. How we have got? We have seen in the cylinder part itself. Okay. Now, I am going to separately find the volume of hemisphere. Then, volume of cylinder, I am going to find it separately. Okay. Now, we will see that. Volume of juice in hemisphere. That is bowl. Okay. In brackets, see I have written bowl. So, volume of the hemisphere formula is what? 2 by 3 pi r cube. So 2 by 3 pi into r. Radius of the hemisphere is what? 3h by 2. Your cube we are having. So 3h by 2 into 3h by 2 into 3h by 2. I am cancelling 2 and as well as 3. What is left in the numerator? 3 3s are 9. Then pi. H into h is what? 3h means what? H cube. Divided by, in denominator what we are having, 2 into 2 is 4. So that is the volume of juice in hemisphere. Mark that as equation 1. Next we are going to find the volume of juice in cylinder. So volume of cylinder formula is what? Pi r square h. Pi into, what is the radius for cylinder? The same, 3h by 2 only. So 3h by 2 into 3h by 2 into the height is what? H only. Okay. Now here we are, nothing is there to cancel. We have to straightly multiply all the numerator and the denominator part. Clear? So 3 3s are what? 9. Pi h into h is h cube divided by 2 2s are 4. Now we have to see the equation 1 and 2. What is the volume for hemisphere? 9 by 4 pi h cube. What is the volume for cylinder? 9 by 4 pi h cube. From 1 and 2, volume of juice in bowl is equal to volume of juice in cylinder. Okay, therefore the percentage of juice that can be transferred to the cylindrical vessel is 100%. Okay, how much juice we are having in the bowl, the full juice we can transfer into the cylinder. Clear, students, all of you, the 8th question. Students, with this we are completing the part 4 session. And also we have completed all the 4 exercises in chapter 7 mensuration. Okay, we have completed 7.1 to 7.4 and your 7.5 exercises, choose the correct answer. Clear, students? Now we have completed what? Chapter 7 mensuration fully we have completed. Students, I am telling many times before starting reading this exercise, first thing you have to read the formulas. Okay, not all the formulas. Most probably we are using what? Volume of the cylinder, volume of the hemisphere. That like that first you read all the volume, then you read all the curved surface area, then you read the total surface area. Keep int for each formula. According to that you can learn easily. Without learning formulas, you cannot do even a single problem in this chapter. Clear? The very important thing is you have to learn the formula. Clear, students? In the part 4 session, I gave you one assignment which is exercise 7.4, 7th question. Okay? That is same as like the 6th question. So, do by yourself that 7th question. With this, I am completing the part 4 session. Thank you, students.